Good morning, everyone. You are before here a crash in the stock market in one of the well-known companies worldwide, the case of PayPal. I made this call, and therefore congratulations to everyone that followed my personal guidance investing in this company since IPO. Having said this, I'm showing you, there is a strong reason I'm showing you this chart here, is that no one thought that this could occur or happen just 3 months ago, except myself. The reason I'm addressing this matter is related to a completely different subject. As you are aware, yesterday and today, major operators in countries like Portugal and Spain, they have been attacked, victims of terrorist attacks, cyber attacks. The case of Vodafone in Portugal and the case of Movistar in Spain. This has profound consequence, negative consequence, that most people and companies are not familiar with or prepared for, and they didn't plan for. Okay, I'm going to give you just a small example, and notice that you can in fact stop the activity in a country by having these focused attacks. Everyone knows and everyone has been invited to utilize two-factor authentication, which is very good because it is for your own security and your company. So everyone today utilizes two-factor authentication, but two-factor authentication depends on SMS codes, right, that you receive and utilize then to log in to websites and your partners, and you work with partners if you have a company, or if you are an individual user, nevertheless, you utilize websites, you need to log into your account, and what happens today? You can't, okay? So there are many companies that are frozen the activity because they cannot work. And because they cannot work, there is no solution because they enable two-factor authentication, all right? And no one thought about this, okay? Or very few. Pretty much, as you are seeing here, in the case of PayPal, the crash that occurred in the stock market, no one was prepared for this, except those that they followed my personal guidance, betting on the crash and selling shares at $300, where I announced the top in PayPal before it existed. So with this, what I'm trying to say is that your company or yourself, you have to plan for the worst case scenarios, okay? And if you don't plan for the worst case scenarios, then my friend, you are not ever prepared, and sooner or later, something is going to happen, be it an external factor, but then, you know, it is not sufficient. You come up with excuses or arguments saying, well, I never thought this could be possible. As many people, they said, for example, when the pandemic started and the consequence and so on. So you have to plan, all right? And you have to have strategic planning in your company and yourself, regardless of whether you are an investor or not in the markets, because these things, they happen and they will continue happening, and you have to plan because if you don't do it, you are going to suffer consequence, as it happened here to all those that they followed Wall Street instructions, telling them to buy shares of this company. But I'm referring here to PayPal, as I could refer here to 100 more examples, okay? So people, they follow the instructions. People, they say, you know, I listened to professionals, they told me to do this because then basically what you are doing is to blame third parties for your tremendous losses and for your lack of planning. The planning depends on you. No one is going to plan for you. So you were told to get vaccinated. You were told to utilize two-factor authentication, but people, hackers and terrorists, they are familiar with all these process workflows, and so they know how to disrupt these workflows. And therefore, my suggestion is before the next one happens, well, start planning and preparing yourself for what is coming, because maybe this is just the beginning. All right? Thank you.